we got on our phones. Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody! Another week of Talk for Dodge with Jeremiah and
That's
Todd.
me. That's him.
I'm Todd. He's Jeremiah.
Still.
Hasn't changed.
Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy spring! First day of spring was this week.
Yeah, and today's kind of been icky,
I know.
gloomy, because there was a couple days at the beginning of this week that was like, oh my golly gracious, get out of town. Amazing.
The Jeep has those little T-top things you can take off, and I took them off. It was a Sunday and Monday. It was a little chilly in the morning and at night, but just being able to take those off and kind of drive around and get that fresh air and kind of wears you out.
The kids playing outside.
Oh, isn't that a great thing?
Yes. And it wears them out before bed. It's like, okay, go in the backyard and just run. And then you look out there and they're not running. It's like, okay, run around.
As an old man now, I would just keep your damn kids off my yard.
Oh, jeez.
Just kidding.
I'm glad you're not my neighbor. So
I'd
throw
be okay.
apples in your yard.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't have
just
an
kidding.
apple tree or anything, but I'm going to throw apples at you.
Your kids can play in my yard. The dogs destroyed the backyard, so there's lots of mud. If you want them to come home muddy, they're welcome back there. That's another thing about spring. If you have dogs,
Yep.
do you get tired of wiping their paws off every time they go outside?
Yes.
And they're puppies too, aren't they? You got two of them?
They were puppies. They're dogs now.
But they
And
act like
still
puppies.
act like puppies. They're
They get
crazy.
dirty constantly, dirty feet.
But they run and they're fast, and they actually not that muddy.
Oh,
So maybe our yard is just in good condition right now. I don't know.
So we have a really big German. We have a 120-pound German Shepherd named Jethro, and Jethro is scared to walk in the grass. He won't, if he doesn't like his feet dirty. So it is the best thing in the world because when it's raining out, he'll do all his jobs on the sidewalk. And he won't step in the grass. So he comes in and his paws are a little wet and he walks funny, but he won't get in the mud. Once or twice he's got muddy because he forgot it was raining or forgot it was wet out and he stepped in the mud
That's funny.
with like one paw. And then he walks funny until the mud comes off.
Back when I was in school, we had a little Jack Russell Terrier,
Mhm.
and we'd shovel the back patio, and he'd always look at that, like, 1 foot or whatever, the snow,
Mhm.
and you could just tell he's like, and then he'd go step on it, and he'd like kind of test it and then walk on it.
Yep.
Like he's got fragile little legs, and it was hilarious.
You can imagine a 120-pound German Shepherd doing the same thing. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Then he tries to eat the snow. I mean, it's funny, but I'm glad. Hopefully, we might get one more snowstorm. I'm sure we will. We always do.
Yeah, I remember
Always.
when I was in the restaurant business, we got a bad snowstorm in April, and nobody had blades on.
No, it was too late.
Yeah, and I had a blade at that time, and that was off. And we were out shoveling the parking lot. It
You
was
didn't
me
have a
and
choice.
two of the girls.
Yep.
And a plow, some guy with a pickup was driving by, and I looked at one of the girls. I was like, "Go wave him down."
Because they weren't going to stop for you.
Yeah, no. And she did, and I went inside and I came back out, and it's like, and he was plowing, and I go, I should go talk to him, and she goes, "Oh no, he's doing it for free for me." I was like, "Oh my gosh, well, go tell him to come in for a burger or two. I got that at
Yeah,
least."
We got you covered. That's awesome.
So whoever you are, and you remember that, thank you.
Thank you. That's cool. It's cool when people do that. And they got the blade on the truck, and it is nice. So I'm looking forward to not a whole lot more snow this year. That would be great. As far as things to do, though, the bike trails, getting out there, and Joyce and I try to go 2-3 times a week on the bike and do something. Those trails are amazing.
It's so nice.
They're talking about them going all the way to Badger now. I think they're doing a trail all the way to Badger.
Well, it already goes all the way to Kennedy Park.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep, they want to
gosh,
finish
might
that
as well.
up. I think they want one to go to the winery, to Soldier Creek, which would be cool to be able to ride your bike out to the winery and try to ride your bike home.
Yeah,
We need Uber.
you can get an OWI
You
on a
can.
bicycle.
You can get one on a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Have you seen the YouTube video with the guy in the lift? And he
No.
said, "George, get down here. You're sitting on a case of beer, driving the lift back to one of those up and scissor lifts."
Yeah.
And he's driving it back to wherever he was going. He's like, "George, get down here. You can't drive that. You're sitting on a case of beer. Have you been drinking?" "No, sir." And then he goes to arrest him, and he raises the lift up. So he can't get to him.
I've seen some TikToks where people get on a rider and
Yeah.
they don't know what they're doing and they push it and it starts to go and then they pull back and all of a sudden the thing and now they're going like this.
Oh, that's
like,
so easy. To
and they're and then when they're done they're like and like they're just scared.
do. Yep. So we have a skid loader at Fort Frenzy. And it's so much fun to drive. It's got the tracks. It's like driving a big tank, or a little tank actually, but it's a big skid loader. And I was out there moving picnic tables or something with it because the picnic tables at Frenzy weigh like 200 pounds a piece. So it's easier to put the forks on there.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I'm coming back and I look down and I dug like a 40-foot trench with one of the forks because I wasn't paying attention to where the forks are. That's the last time I drove the skid loader. I'm like, if I drive this somewhere important, I'm going to break something important. So not going to drive the skid loader anymore. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so I stay away from that.
That's funny.
It was funny.
It's funny because it's your yard, not mine.
Yeah. Well, it was the back of Frenzy, which is grass now, so it's fine. But it was just funny at the time. I'm like, dang it, I should not do this again. What else are you looking
It's
forward
about
to?
time to get campers out.
Oh yeah.
My camping season was cut short last year
Yes.
due to a little accident. So we'd like to get out. I like to go out to Kennedy. I like to just set it up at Kennedy because I don't think I've ever gone in the last 3 years. I have not camped anywhere that's farther than 45 minutes away because I don't want to miss work.
Yeah. Well, we go to Ames. Do we take it to tailgate? That's about it. And we'll do it a couple other times. I mean, we might go to Blackhawk or something this summer and kind of just get out. But that's still, I mean, you're an hour away, and yeah, we bring the Jeep with so I can drive home if I have to. So
Yeah.
yeah. So no, looking forward to camping season. And
Just the kids. You know what? Grilling outside.
so Joyce, 3 weeks ago, Joyce goes, I want a hamburger, and I want it on the grill. And I'm like, all right. So we go to the store, we get the hamburger, we put it on the grill, we bring them in the house, and it was the best. You know, it's been 6 months since you had a good grilled hamburger because you don't want to get we have a Traeger, so you can't, it doesn't work real well when it's super cold out.
Does it take you like 2.5 hours to cook a hamburger in a
No,
Traeger?
you can cook it. You can turn it up to 450, so it cooks fast. Oh, you want to hear my best burger recipe?
Let's hear it.
You take a pound or pound and a half of hamburger and put a packet of ranch dressing, right? The powdered ranch in it. Mix it all together. It makes the absolute best hamburger you'll ever have. It's
Okay.
better than putting Lipton onion soup mix in it. Everybody's learned, but put a packet of ranch in a pound and a half of hamburger, depending on how much zing you want in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes the most amazing hamburgers.
Crazy.
Crazy cooking advice with Todd and Jeremiah today. But grilling, then
Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
When I've given tours to people coming to Fort Dodge, that's one thing I've struggled with at times. They're like, so where do you go out to eat? And I'd say the nice restaurants that we have. And they're like, but where do you take your wife on a Friday night? I was like, our backyard.
Home.
Because I have 4 little ones. I'm at a different stage of the game as
Oh,
like
yeah.
you. And we also like to have a couple or another family come over. And it's just easy to let the kids run around and
Mhm.
grill. And sometimes I'll cook a 5-star meal, and sometimes we'll have hamburgers and French fries.
Yep. You kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, the great thing about that grill, the pellet grill, is you can put a roast on there, or you can put a pork loin. You know, marinate all up ahead of time, put it on there, and then have that, leave it on there all day. I've done briskets a couple of times.
My
Got
old,
up at 2:00 in the morning to put a brisket on the smoker.
it's awesome.
Oh, and it's so good.
My old neighbor would cook a ribeye and bacon and everything, and he'd cook it for like 3 hours, and the darn thing would be medium rare.
Really?
Yeah, on the Traeger. And he'd bring me over a slice, and I'm gonna say it was like still to this day like the best ribeye. And I don't even know what type of meat or where he got the meat from. You know,
Yeah.
like it didn't even matter. He did it so well.
Sawyer's.
But then I bought a whole bunch of wings, and I smoked wings, and he smoked wings, and I won. So if you're watching, Nolan,
Remember our pizza
I still
contest
got
that
you
you
on
won?
yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
we should
You
have.
cheated.
It's about time to do a rematch.
Let's do a rematch.
Let's do it.
This time, let's go to Godfather's.
Then I have access to taco pizza, and I can't tell you what I'm thinking already.
Oh, he's already got ideas. It's a terrible idea. Oh, we're making mom hungry. Sorry, mom.
It's 10 o'clock. It's almost lunchtime.
10:00. I actually had to stop somewhere and get something for breakfast because we're going to have a late lunch today. I'm like, I'm starving and it's early. Are you ready for this? This is the other thing I'm looking forward to. Here it is. That's right.
Rock of Love, baby.
Rock
Rock
of
of Love. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So this is how much I know what you're talking about. In Shiny Top, in the corner, there's a white guitar that is signed by Bret Michaels. That guitar was won by a kid at Iowa State when the Rock of Love show was going on. KG, or what's the rock station in Des Moines? KGGO, whatever.
Yeah.
Brought Bret Michaels in. They did a drawing for this guitar. This kid won the guitar and 2-3 years later pawned it. But in a pawn shop, they won't give you money for the signature because they can't verify it. So they pawned them for what the guitar was worth.
Yeah.
So I bought the guitar for $75.
Awesome.
And it's signed by Bret Michaels. Used to be able to sign where he signed it on the website, but I haven't been able to find it for a while. They might have taken it off. But so there is a Bret Michaels guitar at Shiny Top if you want to come ooh and all over it because
yeah, so
he's still
Brett,
kind of hot.
Brett,
Look at
when
that.
you come to town, we'll meet you at Shiny Top
There,
so you can
you look
see
much better
your
like
old
that.
guitar.
See, I'm trying to put it in front of your face so you look like Bret
Oh.
Michaels.
Maybe I'll get some groupies.
No, you won't. You got daughters. See, look at that. You look better.
That show was great.
That show was so funny.
We were at that age, Jenny and I, Flavor Flav came on. Flavor Flav! So dumb. And we just saw that it was on Hulu now. And Jenny and
Is
I
it?
actually watched the first episode like a couple of weeks ago. And we're like, oh my gosh, we're so dumb. We watched 2 whole seasons of that show and then Rock of Love.
There
It's
you
just
go.
comedy.
So yeah,
It's like The Bachelor, except for hilarious.
we might have to buy a couple tickets to give away on the show when that happens.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Get some extra
We
ones.
can hang out. I tried to take Camper out there again. We took Camper out last time, so maybe we'll take Camper to Celebration again this year, and you can stop and hang out for a minute. Last year they put us way in the corner, way in the corner. And you know what I always say?
Don't put baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. What else is going on? But spring. I mean, you just think about it. The pool's going to open. You go swimming. You can actually be outside and enjoy.
I know. I just
Everything.
love. This is weird, but I love to like be able to work till 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like show houses a little bit later,
Mm-hmm.
and just being outside. My kids just are little outdoor junkies.
Yeah, they are.
I love
You
it.
can see it.
They like collect worms and stuff,
Told the snake story last
and they don't
week.
fish.
They don't fish. Not going to go drown any worms today.
No, maybe we should start selling bait.
Oh, there you go.
One thing that is a little down is listings.
Yeah, they are.
If we're going to talk Ford Dodge, talk spring, man, this could be a really long topic. But I just looked it up between the prices of $5,000 and $800,000, which
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything under or above. We have 33 listings, residential listings in Fort Dodge.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
That is way crazy.
We used to have an average of 400, and I remember being with a competitor years ago, and we were down to 200. And our competitor was like, "Can you believe we only have 200 listings? Like, we're really down." 33.
Now we're at 33. Yeah.
And I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but yesterday I sold one of the houses, and I went into the system to close it out, and I have 9 of my listings are pending.
Mhm.
Which
Five
is
or 6. I have 6 and 9 pending.
which is
Or 6 to
great,
10.
but it just shows we need listings.
We need you if you're ready to
We
sell.
kick butt at marketing and everything that we do, and we do a lot more. Maybe we should do a show on that. Is just what realtors really do.
Oh yeah.
Because like we clean up people's judgments and liens,
Mhm.
and just a lot of phone calls. And
It's all this little stuff. That people don't realize it takes us 10 seconds to fix or 10 minutes, but if you were to try to do it yourself, it's going to take you a day and a half.
Yes, and we have to answer our phone all the time, and we got to keep the attorneys close to us because when we need something, I just call the attorney and say I need an affidavit, and I need it 10 minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
and because we do enough business, I probably have it in my email already.
Yep.
But that is just a crazy thing. So if you are even thinking of selling, give us a call because I have a list of buyers. I came in at 5:30 this morning,
Mhm.
and I just went over all my buyers.
Yep.
I have a lot of buyers right now that are really
I have a ton. We both. I mean, we do
that are
anything.
pre-approved, ready to go.
Listings just sell.
Yes. And here's one thing. Don't get all caught up in saying, well, I'm not ready to put it on the market because I need to paint, or I need to put new flooring in that one room.
We need to do a whole show on that.
Yes, we do.
We need to do something to say before you do anything to your house. You need to call us, because let's say you always hear it on the radio, like before you sell your house, make sure you call us so you can get the remodeling done. Let us put a number together where your house is right now and your house is if it was perfect, because what you're going to find out is 90% of the time you're just throwing money away trying to fix your house up before you sell it. You're going to spend more money on the contractor and all that other stuff than you would if you just sold it the way it was.
And maybe we should do a class of Fort Frenzy or something like we did the buyers classes. Those went over really, really well. We did it for about a year.
Yep.
And it was fun. But the
Mhm.
market kind of switched a little bit. And maybe it'd be fun, like before you list. Because we got some pretty awesome info that we hate to just throw out to everybody.
Talk to us before you do that. So,
Okay.
and then, yeah, that's probably it.
Yep. Celebration. When is that?
I don't know. This
I
summer,
bet it says on this.
it does say on that.
20th anniversary.
Gonna read Molly Hatchet too. June 11th.
Who's Molly Hatchet? I'm not very good with the bands.
Who's Molly Hatchet, guys? We'll look it up. We'll let you know next week. I've heard of them. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.